I'm Bill Maher. You may know me as a talk show host, but tonight I'd like to talk to you in my capacity as spokesman for the National Council on Sperm. In the last few months, I'm sure a lot of you have learned a lot more about sperm than you really ever wanted to know. Whether it's the alleged evidence that may bring down President Clinton or the comical substance in Cameron Diaz's hair. More people than ever are talking about sperm. When you toss in George, Michael, and Viagra, we're going to look back on 1998 as the year of sperm. But are you getting the whole story? Now, I don't mind when sperm is placed under a microscope. But I take offense when sperm gets smeared in the press. Sperm is no laughing matter. I don't mean to gush, but I like to believe we're in the people business. When you think about it, sperm is you and me in convenient liquid form. Billionaire Bill Gates was once sperm, as were astronaut John Glenn and the poet Maya Angelou. Remember, what you see as an embarrassing stain on a dress, we see as millions of Americans who bravely gave their lives to their country. Thank you. Oh, I'm not saying we need to be stroked, but give sperm a little credit. You made a hero out of Princess Diana, but we're the ones who actually made it through a long, dark tunnel. God bless you, good night, and God bless sperm. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Tonight on Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, magician Ben Gillette, actor John Cryer, TV personality Kennedy, and Everclear's Art Alexakis. And now, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher!
All right, let's meet our panel. One of the stars of Pretty in Pink and Partners, his new series is Getting Personal, John Cryer. John, there you are. Good to see you back, young man.
Glad to be back.
Thank you. She's at work on a book called Hey Ladies, and the spoken word series called The Spitfire Tour. Kennedy! Kennedy! Hey, sweetheart. Always good to see you. His band is Everclear. Their huge CD is So Much for the Afterglow. He's Art Alexakis. Art! Hi. Pleasure to meet you. I'm enjoying this.
Thank you.
And his latest special, Penn and Teller's Spin City Spectacular, premiered this week on FX. I'm an upcoming guest on it, Penn Gillette. Penn. They love you. Okay. Well, as I'm sure everyone is aware of, this weekend is the first weekend of the rest of President Clinton's life.
Oh, God.
Because his long-awaited deposition is Monday. Everyone is breathless. What is he going to say? Let me just throw it up into this panel. What should he say? What is your advice to the president? What should he say? What do you think he will say?
Lie, lie, lie like a rug.
Seriously, you think
well, you know,
stick with the story?
I think he's just going to stick with the story.
It served him well so far.
Yeah.
You don't think it's what he does. He doesn't tell the truth. He evades.
Yeah.
It's for the moment. It's for now. It's going to resolve itself. He should tell the truth. I think people are going to forgive him.
I think he should tell the truth also. I'm going to side with Art on this.
I'm hoping for suicide on live TV. I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping he just says, I can't live with myself anymore. 44 Magnum, boom! And we get to see, you know, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, whatever side you're on, wouldn't that be boss? We'd say, I remember when I was a kid, the president blew his brains out. He was wrong. He knew it. He blew his brains out. Sorry, Monica. We look so boss because the color definition is so much better now than it was.
But it's, there's one...
This is selfish, I know, it's selfish.
There's one hole in your theory, which is that, well, it's not on live TV.
It won't, oh, that's right.
Yeah. And also, he is...
I'll take it back, I was wrong.
He is, he's giving
We still have the tape, they broadcast it.
No. His testimony is by videotape right to the grand jury. He's not leaving the White House. Isn't that a mistake? Don't you think he would do much better if he went into the jury room and met these people? He's so good at
He's
it.
a man of the people, man. He gets eye contact.
Right.
He does this little thing.
You
And he
think
gets
it's
everything.
chin quiver?
What? I don't understand why he's not doing it. There's got to be some reason. He's not a stupid.
He may be afraid of committing adultery during the questioning.
Yeah.
No, they said it's going to be too demeaning for a president to walk into a grand jury and sit through all those questions. And the shot of him walking into the courtroom, that'll just be burned on the minds of Americans forever.
Right.
You know, much like the Zapruder film. So what they're thinking is...
Along those lines, yeah.
A favorite of yours, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
and
Talk about masturbation material.
Oh, gee.
Then there's Bud Dwyer in Pennsylvania. We have footage we could use more. I also think even the grand jury testimony, I bet if he blows his brains on a video, I can get it for you. I can get it for you within 48 hours.
On the internet.
I have it on the internet. But I bet I can get it for you personally within 48 hours.
But do you think the videotape will be available afterward, like the Tommy Lee and Pamela thing? Will
I'm still
people be
working
able to...
on that he masturbates to it. That is so beyond.
Stuck on that graphic.
Yeah, I thought I was.
That was,
I mean, it's like any autopsy photo, that videotape has to become available at some point. They're not just going to destroy it, are they?
Well, that's another reason why you should do it in person, no tape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what's amazing to me is that this grand jury thing has been like a sieve the whole time. I mean, every bit of information we
Yes.
have, we're not supposed to have. Every single
You're
bit
right.
of it.
A grand jury is
You know.
supposed to be secret and protect the person accused.
Yes.
It has served the opposite effect here.
Absolutely.
Well, I think the one thing he should not say to this grand jury is, it's hard to explain, let me show you. All right, we'll come back in a minute. We got to take it.
Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, brought to you by DirecTV.
Like free tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 213-852-2655.
Well, turning to something that is not nearly as giggly and very serious, last week was another week where we heard about kids killing kids. The two in Jonesboro, Arkansas were sentenced, and also in
Good
Chicago.
little bastards.
What's that?
Oh, those children are evil. They are the spawn of the devil.
I think kids
And they
who-
need to be destroyed immediately.
Well, no, they're not the spawn of the devil. They're just bad people.
Oh, that's right. You hate God, so there can't be no devil if there's no God.
I'm not a big fan of either. I'm not superstitious.
But are you saying we should execute kids then?
That's another one where last week someone asked me that, and I was like, oh, yeah, just kill the little bastards. And then you realize that children aren't so emotionally developed that they realize what human life really is. They don't respect it as much, so...
I
disagree.
I say we give them a timeout. You know, just maybe put in a couple of tapes, you know, some Al Jarreau, something nice.
Do you think they should be executed?
I think we have to stop being squeamish about killing children, yes.
Well, you know...
If they're going to start, if
Well,
they're
they
going to be
weren't,
killing other
obviously.
children.
They weren't
It's-
sweet.
Wait a
that's-
minute. Is anyone else here a parent?
No.
Okay.
Not
But
that I know of.
I've enjoyed fooling my body into thinking I'm entering the gene pool. but
And we're all behind you on that, too. but seriously, I'm a parent. I can't look at anything else except as a parent, especially when children are concerned. One of the mothers and one of the boys said, yeah, I know what my son did. He admitted to me what he did. I look at him and I see my baby, okay? I can't ignore that. You can't tell me that a 5-year-old doesn't stand a better chance to rehabilitate than an 18-year-old or a 16-year-old or a 14-year-old who's been conditioned, who's been socialized.
Well, I disagree
See,
with that because
I think.
Well, if they're going to kill at 7, what are they going to do at
a
27?
5-year-old can't even read yet. What are you talking
Well,
about?
And what if
no,
a
it
5-year-old
should
going
be
picking up a gun
we're
and
not
pulling
talking
the
about a
trigger?
5-year-old.
It's a 6-year-old.
Well, no, I'm talking about a 5 and a 7-year-old. That's a child.
No, not the ones in Chicago. They were a little older
they
than
were
that.
8,
What?
I think.
No, how old were they?
what does killing them accomplish?
Well,
It's not a deterrent. I mean, everybody, it's a deterrent
for them,
again.
I
yeah.
disagree
But
with that too.
But when you're a kid, you feel you're immortal until your first motorcycle accident. They're not going to think. They're not going to think that, oh, I'm going to be killed, so I won't do this. It's just, it's sexier. to say, oh, and I'm going up against the man, and if I get caught, I'll be killed. I don't think that, I didn't have any perception or fear of death. You joked when you were 15 that you'd be dead by the time you were 30. We all did. I don't think that fear of death makes any difference to people under 18 at all. So it's not a deterrent, it's just this revenge.
What about
Do you believe in the death penalty for anybody?
I'm not a big revenge guy. I believe if you can stop people from doing stuff...
I disagree.
If you can stop people from doing stuff, just stop them. There's the eye for an eye thing I don't go for.
I have a real hard time because I think we have a hard time trusting the government to get our mail to us on time, yet we'll trust them to kill people occasionally.
Well, you know...
Well, we also trust them to rehabilitate people, and prisons don't do that.
Well, leave them in there forever. That's fine.
There's no room.
What about a good old-fashioned...
Be room if you legalize drugs.
See, ding, there we go. We got it figured out.
So you don't want to give it to the government. You want a good old-fashioned stoning and
No.
Is that what's going to
I just think
What do you do if you don't kill them? What do you do?
I think you just keep them.
Put them in jail.
I just keep them in jail forever. I'm fine with that.
Jail is a country club. Jail's like, oh, great, free food.
Country club. Have you been in prison?
When's the last time you were in prison, John?
Well, I actually shot a movie. Has been in prison.
Well, I've been in jail.
Shot a movie in
club. Especially if you commit a really heinous crime, the moment you go into circulation, the moment you go into the community, your life is
Men in prison look better than men in West Hollywood. They're toned, they're educated,
sweetie,
they're
you gotta stop watching Oz. You gotta stop watching Oz. Because that, really is.
That's silly. I mean, prison is awful. Just awful.
Go to city jail for the night. That sucks.
And if you're fed.
Well, that's
You got your little
kind of
clicks.
substance.
I mean, prison is not the worst place you could go.
Clicks.
You got your special
coffee clutch.
This is Igor. I'm his bitch. I mean, what do you mean clicks? No, it's all a matter of trying to survive.
For homicidal maniacs.
Yeah, it is if they're kept there.
Yeah, then they don't kill anybody else. What do we care?
Except for the people.
What joy do you get out of killing people? Why
It's not a matter of getting joy.
What plus is there?
You're not gonna solve anything by killing children. I understand where you're coming at, and there is a dividing line, and I think every case needs to be looked at. A 14-year-old who's killed 2 people or 3 people.
Yeah, but what about 14-year-olds that kill so many people, and then at 18 they're just free? I mean, what could you possibly learn in 4 years?
What, a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old?
But what are they going to turn into if that's what they are already? If they're so imbalanced and deranged, that's what they do to a girl. And it wasn't an accident. They didn't push her off her bicycle.
It was premeditated. They sexually abused her and they put twigs in her mouth.
And the other ones opened fire in the schoolyard on their classmates and their teacher.
And it wasn't
knew
just
what they were doing.
That's a different case, though.
The two choices are not death or freedom.
It's premeditated murder. It was
another choice.
None of them were accidental.
I agree, but when you're a parent, look, I believe in the death penalty, but look at it from this perspective. When you're a parent, you see such a difference between the ages of 4 and 5, and 5 and 6, and 6 and 7. There is so much that can happen in those years. And the ages I read in the paper were 5 and 7.
No. They were older than that. They were like, 8 and 9.
Maybe they just factored it out.
Okay,
This rash of school shootings.
Come on.
They're not babies. They're not poodles. I mean, these aren't like wild animals that just sort of tore at the flesh. These are kids who wanted to steal, who wanted to sexually assault.
And saw that the other kids got on TV and they were famous
And they were on the
nothing
cover of
happened to
Time
them.
and Newsweek.
Right,
and
you don't think it might stop them
Are you saying that's the decision? That they say, those kids got away with it, so I'll shoot someone too?
I absolutely
I agree
think
with
that's
that. Kids are
exactly what
so
they think.
Then that's what we disagree.
suggestible.
Because that's it then.
Why is there so many copycat school shootings?
Children are so suggestible, and it becomes glamorized, and all of a sudden it's on Larry King.
I totally agree, but you have to differentiate between a 14 or a 16-year-old and an 8-year-old. There is a big difference. You stand a better chance of
then they have to come up with
rehabilitation of an 8-year-old.
a better system of rehabilitation, because this system is not working.
I agree.
And I agree, you do have to reach kids a lot younger, and that is the only thing that kids are reachable. That is the only thing that wouldn't make me say, oh yes, kill them right away, right out of the box. I'd rather see 18-year-old rapists killed.
Our society frowns on spanking, and you want to kill kids. What's that about?
Kids are killing kids.
That's our society. I don't agree with them either. We have to take a commercial. We'll be right back.
54, where too much was never enough.
A kid like you can get anything he wants.
A scheme was in the works.
Hi, do you want to join us?
A fortune was being concealed.
What the IRS doesn't know won't hurt them.
And revenge.
Don't forget how replaceable you are. Help me!
Was about to make it all explode. Ryan Phillippe, Salma Hayek, with Neve Campbell and Mike Myers. 54, rated R. Starts Friday, August 28th in theaters everywhere.
With Sprint Sense Anytime, time really is on your side because you'll get that great dime-a-minute rate. And right now, you'll also get up to 30 minutes of free calling each month, every month, for as long as you're a Sprint customer. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. It's gonna be huge. This is gonna be huge.
It's the bargain of the month from Coast to Coast, Superstar, and True Value. This month, there's lots to cheer about with a quick set lock set, a True Tone telephone, or Prep Line deck wash.
Go, baby. Go, baby. Go, baby. I told you it was gonna be deck wash. You've got the gift. Thank you.
Bargain of the month. It's a very, very big deal.
Yes.
Tickets, $28. Autographed baseball, $45. Real conversation with 11-year-old son, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Tony Stewart and Scott Sharp battle it out for the points lead in the Colorado 200 presented by Pep Boys. Live Sunday at 4 on ABC.
Hi, folks. I'm Chuck Swift. You know, in my 50 years as a new car dealer, I've never seen a year like this before. The factory gives us extra money, we give it to you, and the savings and the prices are unbelievable. $2,500 off the sticker on full-size Ram pickup. $3,000 off the sticker on all-new Dodge Caravan, Plymouth Voyager, Chrysler minivan. $3,500 off the sticker on lots of new Dodge and Chrysler cars. $3,500 off the sticker on every new 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So don't get left out. See us today.
Need brakes? Come to Midas for a break on brakes. $89.95. Yeah, that's right, $89.95 for a limited time only. You better hurry, because the problem only gets worse. With our standard brake package, we'll service your brakes and you'll get our guarantee for as long as you own your car. So get into Midas now for the brake you need. $89.95 for brakes. Midas Brake Service. It's worth stopping for.
Last week, price-conscious shoppers were given a box like this to try.
I'm Bobby.
Bobby! They have no idea it's gained with bleaching.
So she skumped them along in the mud and the dirt and the rain yesterday.
And the mystery detergent got out that stain, huh?
The mystery detergent sure did. I want to know if it's in the stores that I can buy it.
Look at that.
Yay!
Did you use store brands?
Did I buy the bargain?
What attracted you to those?
Cost.
So what if we told you this is really affordable? Would you switch?
Definitely. It works much better. It smells fresh. I'm going to definitely switch.
All right, we were talking about kids and the darndest things they do. And after the Jonesboro sentencing the other day, one of the parents came out, marched in front of the cameras like he was anxious to talk to them, and was all in their face about, you know, I'm taking my kid out of Arkansas. The justice he got here isn't worth a rabid dog. And I was like, you know, a little more humility. Your kid killed people. How about a little humility?
Yeah.
And my question is, what about the parents? Should they be punished in any way?
Well, that one should.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just annoying.
Just for grandstanding.
Yeah, and he had that little tremor in his voice. Arkansas. It's just terrible. You know, I was like, get a grip, dude.
What would you do if your child murdered someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'd smack the hell out of him. That's what I do. No,
Wow.
I spanked my child twice in my life. And seriously, what I'd probably do, I don't know what I'd do. Do you know what you'd do? You'd
send
have
my
a
kid off
broken
to
heart.
prison. I would wave as my kid went off to
You
prison.
know what? I have to tell you something.
Yeah, you
don't
do
have
the
a
time.
kid.
Hey, don't do the
John?
crime if you can't do the time.
I love
that. That's what I'd say.
That's right. When in doubt with kids, quote Beretta.
Yeah.
I agree. That
It's a good
straightens them up with the parrot and the whole. Absolutely.
Actually,
they relate to that.
I thought it was Sammy Davis Jr.
Actually, I was going to say
exactly.
maybe that's Sammy.
That's Sammy.
That was Sammy speaking for Beretta.
I think I don't have children, but I'm so loyal, I would probably be the guy in front of the camera sticking up for my kid. I also don't know where you draw the line, because everybody who does a crime has probably probably been in some way at some time influenced. And I think in order to have a justice system, you have to draw the line, albeit arbitrary, at that individual.
But don't you think parents have a lot of responsibility because they stopped being parents and they wanted to be pals with their kids?
I
it was
with that,
more important to be friends.
Tip Hinkle, the kid in Oregon, he came from a fairly well-adjusted family from what you read. And like the dad was trying everything.
Yeah.
Really.
Except
because his kid killed somebody. I think that's not a good family.
Well, there are sociopaths.
Like,
I mean,
there are two sociopaths right in this group of 5.
But here's a family, like, they took him on outings, they sent him to counseling, they tried everything, they tried activities, they tried mentoring, they tried all these things, and their kid not only killed them, went to school with a bunch of kids, with a bunch of guns, and killed children at his own school.
But they also
after being arrested for having a gun at school.
But they also
it wasn't the gun's fault, by the way.
They also said he had attention deficit disorder and a bunch of other stuff, and they never owned up to the fact that your kid is just mean and stupid.
That's what attention.
They can't own up to anything now because they're
attention deficit disorder does not mean mean.
It doesn't mean mean and stupid.
No, that's something that you.
When they said that about me, it seemed mean and stupid.
That's what it meant. It means you were mean and stupid and you didn't pay attention. And what they did, they put you on speed back then. It's called Ritalin.
Right.
That's all they did. And so
they still do. What do you mean back then?
Well, no, they give other drugs now.
Prozac. They give Prozac.
Yes, they do.
Lithium. I sat next to a kid on a plane on
They're
lithium.
like Flintstone vitamins, right? It's like take your Prozac.
It comes in shapes.
And there's still no Betty in Flintstone vitamins, and that's just a shame. That's the real crime here.
All right, we have to take a commercial. We'll come back.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Calm down, John.
IBAN can help you look at quitting.
Jackie Collins and Sydney Mosteller.
All right, we got a couple of minutes, and it's our last chance before the president testifies to talk about this. So I just wanted to ask, there was a couple of columns in recent weeks from female columnists saying basically they don't necessarily condone what Clinton has been doing, or allegedly doing, but if they had the chance, they would do it with him, too.
Oh, good
Because
Lord.
he is the president.
Oh, he's so dirty.
I would do it with him because he's the president. I mean, I hate him more than anyone in the world, but that would be a great story. Would you pass up a chance for a story like that? No, I obviously hate him. He's a scumbag. But I would do that because it'd be a great story.
But you would have sex with the president?
Sure.
And you're not a...
And a New York Minute and take my Texas time to do it.
And you're... and you're not a homosexual?
Not often. But certainly for that I would be. I mean, would you pass a chance?
Brother, must be some kind of waiver.
You would? Come on, tell me the truth.
Yes.
Tell me the truth. You're under oath.
Trust me, I wouldn't have sex.
You wouldn't
with
say, just take it out, let me see it.
I wouldn't have sex with him.
Oh, you would too, Bill.
I would not.
I would hate you if you did, and you pull me up and say, hey, Pam, guess what I did? Oh, it'd be great. You could dine on that for a week.
Quiet.
He doesn't have enough.
I don't mean literally.
He wouldn't dine on it because where's it bim?
Yeah, boy, who's that desperate for a story?
But it's a great story. It's not just a story.
I'm wearing blue, but I had it dry cleaned.
But Mike, I had
is
a
that
question.
Navy?
It is.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have a very short VIP list. Like even if they're married, like, hey, you know what? If Frank Sinatra's gone now, but you know, if he hit on me, honey, you'd have to let me. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's right? And do you have such a list?
Sure, I think everyone should have that list. My boyfriend gets Oprah. He does. She's smart, she's charismatic, she's beautiful, and that's as far as it'll go. No Cameron Diaz, no Gwyneth Paltrow.
So you wouldn't mind if you're
Ernest Borgnine.
Ernest Borgnine.
I'm good with that. I actually asked my wife, someone raised this question to me a couple days ago, and I asked her, and she's like, no one I'd tell you about. So basically, that kind of scares me.
That means Howie Mandel.
Could be my best friend.
You're watching ABC.
Men apologize to the women they hurt.